Hey everybody, it's Megan. Happy Friday, even though I am making this video on a Wednesday. But this is going to be my last video as a 19-year-old, so I just wanted to reflect and tell you about 19 things that I've done or have happened while I was 19. So I just made a list on my phone and I'm going to talk about them. The number one thing on my list is graduating high school. I could have graduated high school last year, but I stayed an extra year. Number two is graduating from community college with my associate's degree in art. And I did 5 years of high school so that I wouldn't be overwhelmed with classes, since I was doing high school classes and college classes. And going along with this educational route, the third thing is moving to college. I moved about 2.5 hours away to East Carolina, and that is where I am now. As you can see, this lovely dorm. I guess I'm not done talking about college just yet, because number 4 is about rushing for a sorority. I have all kinds of videos about that experience. And I ended up joining Phi Mu, which is the number 5 item on my list. Number 6 is going to Maryland. I visited my family in Maryland pretty much right after I got out of school. While I was in Maryland, I was able to go to DC with my nieces and go to the museums, and that was really fun. And we were also in Maryland for Thanksgiving. Number 6 is just meeting new people, whether that was in person or on an app or just walking around here. I've met a lot of people. One of the most exciting things I was able to do was go on an Alaskan cruise for the first time. I have all kinds of videos about my experience on that cruise, and I would highly recommend it if you are able to go. Number 7 ties along with that, and that is going to Seattle for the first time. It was really beautiful there. It's just surrounded by water, and I've started to watch Grey's Anatomy now, and now it's like all clicking. While I was in Seattle with my parents, we went a couple of days early, so I was able to go to my first Mariners game, which was very fun, and they did end up winning, but we didn't stay the entire time. The next experience is kind of funny. I entered a contest to win Aaron Carter concert tickets, and I ended up winning, so I saw him. I didn't stay for the entire concert, but it was just so surreal seeing like a childhood icon. That was pretty cool. Going back to sorority, I think I'm on 10. I probably lost count by now. That was my first sorority social. It was nautical themed, and it was pretty fun. And for the month of November, we have 3 socials, and you'll see what those are when the time comes. Number 12 is pretty huge too. During the summer, I did a lot of traveling. I went with my brother, his 2 sons, so my nephews, and my mom. We went from my house in North Carolina, and then we drove all the way to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I'd never been there either. And we were able to go out to eat, and we went horseback riding, and I fell off the horse. Luckily, the horse wasn't going that fast, but still, that was embarrassing. After we were in Tennessee, we drove to St. Louis, Missouri. And I've never been to St. Louis either. And I was able to see the Arch, which was cool. And we just walked around downtown. We went to the zoo, and that was fun. After St. Louis, we went to Abilene, Kansas, which was one of the most random places I could have ever gone. And we went to the Dwight Eisenhower House and Museum. If you've never been to Kansas, you aren't really missing out on anything. Moving on, the last leg of the road trip was going from Abilene, Kansas to where my brother lives in Colorado, and we stayed there for 2 weeks to help babysit. And we were able to go to Denver, which was fun, and we went to the Olympic Training Center, which was really cool since the Olympics just happened a couple months ago. The next item on my list is voting for the first time. I wasn't able to vote last year, but I just voted yesterday. I figured that was an important thing that I could have done while being 19. Number 13, I think, I'm so off, is meeting Macy Bookout. She came to my school to speak, and I was able to take a picture with her. If you want to check out the event that I'm mentioning, just check out my Instagram or just scroll through my videos and you'll find out what I'm talking about. Back in April, I think, I was able to go to Playlist Live Orlando, and I was able to meet some of my favorite YouTubers like Megan Hughes, Lindsay Hughes, Paulina Baragova, and they were all super nice. Personally, I liked Playlist Live DC more. It was so cool to go to Orlando. For spring break, I was able to go to Arizona, and it is just beautiful there. I've never been there before either. It's like, I love palm trees, and it's just full of palm trees and cacti. I was able to go to the Grand Canyon, which was beautiful. I also went to the spring training Indians game and the last game of the World Series this night, so fingers crossed that they win. Number 17 is going to a Dan and Shay concert with this boy that I met, and it was really fun. Dan and Shay put on a great show. If you haven't seen them in concert before, I would definitely recommend it. Number 18 is being in my first serious relationship. I didn't really talk about it on my channel when it happened. We don't talk anymore, but it was just a big learning experience for me, and I don't regret it at all. And the last thing on my list is winning a contest to go to a UNCW basketball game. We were able to go see the game against Towson, and we also got to get free Buffalo Wild Wings, which was really good. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I am excited to see what changes will come while I am 20, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.